we swear we back again.
Big fan of Father's Day, to be honest. And it was more so a personal reason, I guess. But I've also never been a big fan of Mother's Day either. Because I truly believe that parents should be celebrated more than they really are. Because to be honest, I don't know how some of these people do it. Like, they're out there 24/7 doing their absolute best for their kids. And that alone is just a miracle. Because you have to watch over this little person from age 0 to age 18. And that's with, what am I trying to say? That's biological, though. Like, those people who are actually lucky enough to have children, that's what they go through. The adoptive parents, who are even more incredible because they're bringing this child that isn't their own and loving them and cherishing them and trying to give them a good home for, let's say, 18 years usually. Sometimes it's longer depending on the person, which is perfectly fine. And then you have those parents who are not necessarily have their own kids, but they just like love kids that are, it could be like their sister's kids or their brother's kids, or it could be the neighborhood kids even. And they just decide to step into like this parental role and watch out for these children who aren't even their responsibility, but they choose out of the goodness of their heart to do that. Those parents are amazing as well. And we always say that fathers are the ones who are like the strongest or ones that are more manly or masculine because they do things like play football with the child. They're also the ones who are supposed to be the home provider and the breadwinner of the household, and they do all like the heavy work, typically, they would say, all based on the gender problems and all of the stereotypes, of course. But why don't we recognize, like, there's some military fathers who have to give up. That's the right word, but it's more so they choose to serve and choose to separate themselves from their children just to protect them and protect other people as well. Then there's the stay-at-home parents, or the stay-at-home dads, really, who are changing the game and saying that we want to be with our kids and we want to work from home, and we don't mind not having to go out every day to work just to prove who we are, because we know it's an important job as well. And then there's also the it's a whole long list. You have the single parents, single fathers who are taking over the role of father and mother for their children and just love them entirely. You have the queer parents who are fighting and adopting children finally and being able to show these children that yes, love is a thing and it's not this one structured way, and a family's not a one structured way of having to have a man and a woman standing in the role as a mother and a father. And it's just like so many new parents, the disabled parents who are still doing the best that they can for their children, those parents who might have been incarcerated for whatever reason, but still coming back and trying to teach their kid to do the best that they can. The list goes on and on and on. And really, there's also those parents who, like, just remember, those parents who don't necessarily have to, like, be in the picture. Like, those dads, like, I've heard it more with dads, but it could be moms too. Like, those dads who are just, like, stepping into the role and taking over when they know the kid's not theirs and loving them unconditionally. It's just such an amazing thing, honestly. So I would like to say to the fathers out there who are doing all they can to make a difference in their child's life, to the mothers out there who are stepping in and might be a single parent and having to be both the mother and father figure for their child, just to every parent who is doing their best by their child. This is your day. And thank you so much for doing all that you can for your child. And to those children who might not have fathers, thank you for keeping on, because you are still loved, and remember that. To those uncles, older brothers, younger brothers, all the male figures, even the female figures stepping in to be fathers, we salute you, because you guys really are the ones that make it better for us as kids. Me growing up, I didn't have my dad around, and I know the pain of not being able to do so many things that I wanted to do with my father figure, because I would see so many of my friends doing stuff, but so many of my uncles stepped in, so many of my aunts stepped in, taking over that role, and I'm really thankful for that, because it was their unconditional love that really helped me to become who I am. So, and also to those children, especially those queer children that are dealing with the struggle of trying to get their parent to accept them, know that you have family. Family isn't just those who are biologically connected to you by blood or by marriage or anything like that. You also have the chosen family of people who love you oh so much and who are still there for you every step of the way that they can. Be really, really, really big thank you to all of my chosen family who has been there and stepped in as fathers and mothers and just loving beings and accepting me for who I am, because I know how hard it is being a queer teen and being rejected by your family because they don't simply understand. But they've been there with me every step of the way, loving me and cherishing me and reminding me that I am important and that those who want to be there will be there for me every step of the way. Hope everyone has a lovely, lovely Father's Day and gets to be surrounded by loved ones who really care about you and love you unconditionally.